Hello, this is Princess Suri coming to you live to talk about this sex education in Ghanaian schools that they're trying to start. First of all, the name shouldn't even be sex education. We're talking about children, so they need to come out with some decent name that will not make children uncomfortable. I rather prefer we call it health education, which is what they call it in the Western world. And at the same time, they don't start children at that young age. They wait till kids go to middle school, which is 5th and 6th grade, and then they start teaching them about their bodies. Whether you are a female or a male, you start learning about how things affect your body, how certain things shouldn't be done, and if they are to talk about maybe to be intolerant towards each other, which is understandable, they can mix it all into the health education instead of to call it sex education. As we all know, our children need to learn about the world issues, what has come to be mathematics, civil engineering, computer science, architectures, world histories, civilizations, African history or the world history. We have, and then archaeology, art, anything that social studies. We need psychiatrists, we need social workers. Those are things that they can go into. But if a government is coming out to say that you want to teach children as young as 4 to 5 years old sex education, what sex is about, that morally is wrong. So, and if you guys want to do that, please, why not change the name to health education, like how the Western world people call it? And then, to be honest with you, it's not that many people that want their kids to be taught what sex is about, to be teach about sex. They already have sex and now we're bombarding their faces every day on social media. We have better things to do. We don't have much in Africa. The little we have, we should not waste time and money into things that don't make any sense. If we were to teach our kids at that young age for sex education, why not rather teach these kids African history, African civilizations, and even Ghanaian history? We have so much history in our country, Ghana. The continent history can be taught in classrooms in Ghana and throughout the continent. I don't see why the government will want to waste money to teach children as young as 4 or 5 years old sex education. Morally, it's wrong in any point you look at it. So yes, it's a good idea to teach a child that, but not at that young age. I don't think I want my child to learn about sex at the age of 4 or 5. So parents, this is just common sense thing. You guys need to ask yourself, do you really want your child to know about sex at the age of 4 or 5? If yes, you can comment on my page. If it's no, put yes or no comment for the government to see how you feel. It's like when I talk, people think I'm trying to divide people or talk against the government. I have no issues with Ghana government. It was the government that called all Ghanaians that we shouldn't be spectators. We should be involved in the government. When during his inaugural speech, he called all of us to get involved on the government. Don't sit and wait for what the government can do for you. It's what you can do to add your government. And that's what I'm doing. I don't hate my government, the current or previous or when the future. No, but it's just that when you see something that is not right, you talk about it. Maybe at times people do forget certain things. So my talk about calling things out to be addressed, I'm not here to disrespect the government, current government, previous or future. I'm here to do what the current government called us all citizens in his inaugural speech, that we should not be spectators and watch, we should participate in our government. And that's exactly what I'm doing. So to all mothers and fathers out there, anyone that think that it's a good idea for your child as young as 4 or 5 years old to be taught sex education, go on my page, comment section, put yes. And to the parents who think that no child at that age should be taught about sex, say no on my page, on the comment section. You comment and say yes or no vote on my page for your government to see how you feel. You shouldn't keep quiet. It's not about the government don't want to help, but at times, if we don't come out to stand out, to let people know, the government people, they are also human beings just like you and I. People do make mistakes at times. It's our duty to come out and say, this is what we do need. This is what we want. The same thing applies to the school uniform case. It's a poor country. We are poor people. And if 5 or 10% are rich and the rest are poor, how can we buy soap every day to wash stripes that have either cream or gray or whatever mixed together school uniform? I'd rather say we'll continue to use the school uniforms that we use or make it even more browners. So when the poor child goes to school with this uniform, they can go the whole week without worrying about the fellow students picking on them or bullying them. So to me, I think the Ghana school uniforms to remain what it was. And then it's level you parent to ask, do you really want your child's school uniform to be changed to white and gray? It should be what yes or no vote. Anyone that think that yes, they can change it, fine, you put yes to. Anyone that think that no, they shouldn't change it, we should remain with what we are using, put no. And then we'll put it out there. And then maybe if the government starts seeing people that are saying yes or no, that will change things around. It's not about disrespecting any government, but if my government called me not to stand on the side and watch on his inaugural speech, I have every right to believe in my government that he wants me to add my 1, 2, 2. He wants us to come as people, by the people, and for the people to fix our country together. And that's what I'm doing my part at this point. So to all mothers and fathers out there, anyone that think that a 5 or 4-year-old shouldn't be taught sex education that young, say no on my page on comment section. Those that think it's right to teach them that young, also say yes over there. At the same time, the name sex education need to be changed to, because children, that's young kids. Even middle school, they're still young out of lesson. So they need to at least change the name to be health education. And you mix it all together in one package and call it health education. They teach them how when you're becoming a full-grown woman, when you try to start your cycle, that's when they start teaching these classes. Boys will know this is what you do now to get your fellow girlfriend into trouble. And if we're going to copy something from the Western world to go use in our area, we should follow the rules that they are using here. We don't go there and create our own rules. It doesn't matter whether you teach a kid as young age or middle age, whatever is supposed to be. If they are willing to learn, they can learn it at any time. And it will be better for them to learn it in the middle than to be learning this at a young age. It's not a good thing for them. We already have so many things in the internet at this point that is bombarding every child. And some parents even taking tablets away from their kids not to learn some of these things earlier on. And if our government are to do that, give the parents chances to say yes or no. I don't know much, but the little thing that I know, those days when they try to do something in Ghana, they will come to say yes or no vote, and people will vote for them to change it. And the same thing that we need to be thinking that some of these things is by the people and for the people. Put it out there and see how many people will support it before we change it. That's what the video is about today. And anyone that like it, please share the video to reach more people. And may the Lord bless all of us. And that's why I ask, when I make these new videos, it's for all of us. And I want my viewers and followers, friends on Facebook, and then anyone that like the videos to help me share them so they can reach more people. Thank you.